Hi, everybody. We're starting another video. I'm super excited to introduce, for those of you who don't know, and that's probably just a few of us who don't know, Dr. Mark Ybaben, our clinical psychologist in the ACMED. So, Dr. Ybaben, we've had a lot of questions come up. One of them, I think, is kind of on everybody's mind. And I was wondering if you could you describe to us the psychological impacts of the prolonged stress that we're all feeling, especially over the last 2 to 3 weeks, from the threat of coronavirus?
Okay, yeah, sure, great question. I think we know a lot about prolonged stress from studying crises or trauma situations, whether they're natural disasters or diseases like this or things. And prolonged stress is tricky. I happen to have a bottle of water here. This is a little demonstration we often do. If you pick up a bottle of water like this, no big deal, and you held it out like this, at first it's no big deal. It's not a big deal. This is easy, etc. But if you try doing this for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, your arm's going to fall off.
Right.
And that's sort of the effect of prolonged stress at whatever level, even minor stress. And so we really have to take care of ourselves as best we can to make sure that we're giving ourselves breaks with things. And that might even be breaks from the news, breaks from social media, breaks from talking about all this, because I think a lot of what's stressful is just people focusing on it, and we're talking about it, we're focusing on it, we're doing videos, we're having emails, it's all over the place, so we're flooded with it, and it's hard to escape almost. And so again, just this constant barrage of information kind of triggers us to maybe get worried about things, which again causes us to really be exhausted at some level, or we can get exhausted with that. So
Any little tips that when you feel yourself at that point, kind of that mental exhaustion from this, that you would recommend to us?
There are a lot of tips, I guess, and hopefully we're going to publish a website for folks along with this video. It's from the American Psychological Association, and it has several links to it, both the official links from the CDC, other official health folks, and also links for parents, for workers, for employees, on tips of how to calm down, how to deal with things, what to do. So we'll make that available for everybody.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Dr. Ybaben, what can we do to help ourselves and each other in the workplace, and
Sure.
particularly kind of for our folks that are still out on the production floors doing this mission essential work?
Yeah, and I guess part of that is how to take care of ourselves and how to watch out for each other. And on the self-care part of that, it's really, again, making sure that we're doing okay. It's hard right now. Everyone's routine is flipped upside down with this stuff. If you're used to going to the gym, now the gym is closed. If you're used to going to movies or other fun things, that's hard to do, or in some cases we can't do that. But anything that we could do to keep ourselves healthy, eating, sleeping, we could still walk around, do some exercise at home or outside. Any of the basic stuff is always going to help us. So that's an important part. When it comes to helping each other out, just like with any other situation we talk about on base here, just being a good wingman, and that could be just listening to folks. Hey, how are you doing? How's everything going with you? How are your kids doing? How's your family? Acknowledging that they're probably struggling just like you are, and making sure that they're on top of things. If anyone needs anything, I need flour. We're trying to make cookies for the kids, and we can't find flour. So anything that could just help each other out, and it's usually simple stuff, really. Doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then we have one more question for you, if that's all right.
Sure, of course.
How can, and this one came up from one of our folks, how can I keep myself and my family calm, especially with our school-age kids?
Yeah, and that's tough, because again, just like us, our kids are flipped upside down too. And whether it's a 5-year-old or a high school kid or college kid even, everyone's lives are pretty upside down right now. One of the important things is for us to stay connected as a family, for the kids to stay connected with their friends. If you think about the work that we do and a lot of the big push these days in the suicide prevention realm, the biggest thing is connection. Mm-hmm. And it's no different right now with this. And it's hard because we're being told to isolate,
right.
And yet the most important thing is for us to connect. My family did something over the weekend. My extended family were in 3 different states. We did one of these video chat things, and we actually had our whole family on there. You know, my parents, siblings, grandkids, etc. We haven't been together as a group for 2 years, and yet here we were.
Able to do
here
it?
We are online, and everyone's chatting and having fun, and just talking about things. It was pretty easy to set up. It was easy to do. The kids can FaceTime their friends from school or whatever technology they use. Just being active, being connected like that. And again, having some kind of routine is going to be important for the kids. Again, as best as we can,
right.
because the routine's off. So there's no gymnastics, there's no sports, there's nothing right now. But what can we do? And that's mm-hmm. one of the real key things. We can still be connected, we could still talk, we could still have fun, we could still do things. So how do we do it? And it takes some time and planning, and that could be a fun thing even for the family to figure out. Let's make this work.
Right, right. Well, Dr. Ybaben, thank you so much.
Sure, of course.
I know we'll probably reach out to you again.
Great.
This is it's stressful now, but we know that this is not going to resolve itself tomorrow or
Sure.
over the weekend, and probably not over the next week. We greatly appreciate you're an incredible resource to us.
Thanks, ma'am.
Under normal circumstances, and so I know we're using you up over the last couple of weeks.
That's what we're here for.
But we super appreciate it.
Thanks.
And with that.
Hello, Dr. Hamrick here, and I'd like to introduce our next guest, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Pepper from Occupational Medicine.